Welcome to the Fermented Homestead. If you're new here, my name is Anna, and on this channel I'm sharing our journey of learning how to turn our home into a homestead. Today we're just going to be doing some random sourdough stuff. We're going to be soaking our apples that we got the other day so that we can get rid of any kind of ickies that might be in there, and just going to be kind of doing just a random day. If you saw the video yesterday, I started another batch of the garlic bites as well as the sourdough Bialys. We've already fed all of our starters this morning. I'm trying to get to a little bit of an earlier routine so that I can have these foods ready in time for a reasonable time of dinner. So that's kind of my goal, and I succeeded today, so yay. And the sourdough garlic bites are doing fantastic. They have risen a tremendous amount, and the Bialys not quite so much, but I did put them on the stove over there, and we still have our the cast iron conditioning. I don't know what you call it. We have the sourdough, we have the cast iron in the oven that is still doing its process. Whatever, I can't think of the name of it off the top of my head. So I just kind of have it on the top of the oven here. And I think I've realized one way, the recipe tells us to put a damp towel, a damp cloth on top of it. I don't think that's a good idea. Like, I always feel like it's really cold and it's just not conducive to rising. So I think I'm gonna switch over, and the recipes that do in that book that do call for it, I'm just gonna do plastic top, because it's the same sourdough starter. I made it at basically the same time, maybe like an hour apart, but this one is just doing so much better. On my other channel, I'm actually doing Dutch babies for the collaboration, and so I want to kind of really nail down the recipe before I make it. I've made it a few different times, and I'm just not getting the rise that I want out of it. So I did find a recipe that is totally different. I'm gonna give that one a try. I want something that rises, you know? Like, I used to have a recipe once upon a time that actually did the rising on it was so dramatic, and I haven't been able to find that since. So I'm gonna try this other recipe, see if it works better. But let's go ahead and make these garlic butter. So I'm also gonna be making some naan. I made that yesterday. Yeah, I made it yesterday, and my husband loved it. So I'm gonna make some more. I'll link all these recipes below. I'll link the book that I got the Bialys from, but the other ones are internet recipes, so you should be able to follow it pretty easily. So we're just gonna mix all the wet ingredients in here, add the dry, mix it up until it's incorporated, and leave it rest for 8 hours.
When you eat majority whole plant foods, your taste buds can appreciate the taste of whole plant foods.
I just posted the video to make this. You guys, seriously, if you guys had any doubt about making this, make it. All right, so we are ready. We're ready to actually try portioning out these Bialys and see if we think that these are gonna work. So I'm determined. I am determined, okay? So all I did different with these, if you guys watched yesterday's video, I did 300 grams of water instead of 375, and I did add a little bit more, maybe like an extra quarter cup of water through the mixing process. Pardon me, not water, flour. Maybe a little more, maybe like a third of a cup. I just added flour until it stopped accepting the flour, basically. So, and then I told you guys this morning it was not rising, and you saw it. As soon as I took off the wet cloth and added the plastic wrap, it rose significantly. So I'm gonna pull you guys down here and let's see how these turn out. So we're gonna lightly flour the parchment, which I have found to be important. I didn't think it was, but sure enough. Okay, there we go. And it says to turn this out onto a lightly floured surface. See, I just... Bialys. No matter what I do, it's just wet dough. I don't get it. I added extra flour. I didn't do as much water. I don't understand it. Frustrated, very frustrated.
I'm prioritizing whatever it takes to get well. hopeful and thankful for the health and the blessings that we have. So yeah. All right, let's go garden.
Alrighty. So the Bialys, they didn't do much. So I'm not gonna bother doing really much of anything with these. I'm just gonna pop them in, and they'll just be an interesting whatever. Once it preheats to 450, we'll pop those guys in, and meanwhile we'll get the naan going here. So I'm not sure if I'm actually gonna get around to doing the apples today. I'll probably end up doing them tomorrow because the cat is in the lazy Susan. Will you get the cat out of the cupboard? Getting a bit late here today, and I realized that I still have to do the drawing for the Clyde's garden planner. So we're gonna do that instead of the apples, and we'll take care of the apples tomorrow, because tomorrow is gonna be just an all-out apple/pear day. We are gonna go, we're gonna go to the same field that we picked up the apples at, and we're gonna get a bunch of pears. And so probably just tomorrow is gonna be like a big old pear and apple day. And I did discover what I'm going to do with most of those apples. Actually, I'm probably going to turn the majority of them into apple butter. And I recently discovered that I thought my husband didn't like apple butter because he wasn't eating it, but he wasn't eating it because he didn't want to run out. So we have since discovered that he loves apple butter, and so I'm going to make him a whole bunch of it so he can just eat a whole lot of it. I love apple butter too, and I'm going to make pear butter to go along with it, because we're going to have tons of apples and tons of pears. We can make as much of the butters as we wish. So let's get these things baking off, cooking off, and then let's figure out who's going to win the Clyde's Garden Planners, shall we?
So Sally, talk a little bit about that turning point, because I still remember that moment in the meeting very clearly. You were very taken aback by what Raymond told you, because Raymond kind of just hit you like a brick and just said, just like, oh, right?
I think we're ready to taste this. I don't know how it's going to taste that much different than anything else, but let's give it a try. Part of me almost wonders if, I don't know, I'm using AP flour, unbleached AP flour. Part of me wonders if maybe do I need to use like crappy white flour for this to actually work? Like, why is it not working for me? Okay, I'm just gonna wait until later in the month and try this when my starter is stronger, because I'm so irritated by this. I want it to work so much. It has a lot better rise. Alright. So let's go draw the winners. Okay, so we're finally ready to give away our Clyde's Garden Planner directly from Clyde. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna pull the link here. This is the video that had it on there, Seed Starting Fall Seeds and Garden Giveaway. We're gonna copy this link and we're gonna paste it in the comments here. All right, 290 comments. That is fantastic. So if you guys remember, the way to actually win the Clyde's Garden Planner was to leave a comment on the video saying why you wanted a Clyde's Garden Planner. So I can't remember if I actually said in the video, but I can't do international shipping. So it's just within the United States. I'll do, you know, all 50 states and everything like that. But you know, I can't ship to Australia. It's too much. It costs a way ridiculous amount of money. We're gonna go ahead and draw the first 3 comments that answer the question of why they want a Clyde's Garden Planner. If somebody actually puts in the comments that they do want a Clyde's Garden Planner, I'll accept that as an answer. But if it's not anything to do with Clyde's Garden Planner, I'm not gonna win her. We loaded the comments. Let's pick the first winner. 2 little creates! That's wonderful. Pretty Little Clever Garden Planner. I'll accept that. Try again. Lacy Pearl. I'd love to win the garden planner for my husband. He does all our planning, and I think it would be good tool in his arsenal. That's wonderful, Lacy Pearl. All right, third winner. Oh, nope, not a Clyde's Garden Planner comment. Brunch burritos. Yeah, it would be good. I need one of those planners so I can get my fall stuff in on time. I'm always like 3 weeks behind. Right there with you, Christy. So we got our 3 winners. I will go ahead and leave comments on their comment when this video goes live. If you guys are watching this video, make sure you send me an email. You can find it in my about section on my YouTube page. And you're just going to want to send me your mailing address so I can get that sent out to you. So, if you guys are new around here, we just moved to our 30-acre homestead in southern Missouri, and I'm sharing with you all the things that we're doing to turn our home into a homestead. Most of that revolves around the kitchen with food preservation, canning, freezing, dehydrating, and fermenting, as well as sharing with you ways that we use those foods in our everyday cooking. If that sounds awesome to you, click this button right here. This is the subscribe button. This is what tells YouTube that you want to come back here. Up here is a video that Mr. Google Pants thinks that you're going to enjoy. If you got FOMO, fear of missing out, make sure you click this button right here to find out what we did yesterday, and then up here is our Sourdough for Normies playlist. Check that one out for all the awesomeness since the beginning of September. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.